Alright, so Gears of War 3 beta finally out for the mass public that pre-ordered the game. I figured I'd do a little small walkthrough here from start to finish with one whole game, get a feel for how it goes. So for the purposes of this little demo, I'll be doing a Team Deathmatch game in the ranked playlist. So Team Deathmatch is one of the new modes coming in Gears of War, and unlike Warzone and Execution, Team Deathmatch has you starting out with a number of lives for the whole team, and they share those lives. And as people die, those lives go down until finally there are none left. And that's really all it is. I mean, they're not really changing the formula in any massive way here. It's still the same type of Gears gameplay that players have come to expect since the first game. Now, this is about my 5th game since downloading the beta, and I can tell you right now that one thing I really hate at this moment is just how slow the matchmaking system is. Now, I've noticed that the ranked playlist it has a smaller population than the public playlist, which, by the way, allows people to drop in and out, in the middle of games. Ranked playlist has you starting at the very beginning with full teams on both ends. But just how slow it goes is incredibly annoying. I mean, how long has this been going on right now? About 2 minutes. Close to 2 minutes of just waiting for things to pop up, and oh, there we go. Alright, so, wow, even still waiting for that. I mean, so this is basically the new setup of the Gears lobby, and as you can see on the right hand, people have titles now. Oh, and on the left you got the voting system still in place from Gears of War 2. But you can see on the right, people have titles now as they rank up in dual challenges, much like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And on the left side, as the game's warming up, you can change what weapon you want, all that stuff. Just like before, now there's little images, and it's much bigger seeing those images compared to Gears of War 2 when selecting a loadout to start off. And unlike Gears of War 2, you can actually change the loadout in between spawns when you die and all that. So a bit of an improvement over 2, where you just pick a loadout and just stick with it as a starting loadout for the rest of the game. Other than that, from what I've experienced, it's still pretty much the same game, with really, really minor improvements, if at all, really. It's more just different weapons, and almost no improvements, really. I mean, graphics-wise, I don't see a difference at all in terms of player models, all that stuff, other than, say, it having a reskin. Now, let's see. Got a few guys working over there. Let's see if we can charge this guy with the... Wow, now he's backing off. Anyways, the weapon I'm using right now is called the Retro Lancer, and it's technically a... Whoa, that's a bit of lag. It's technically a new weapon here, and basically a Lancer with a... Instead of a chainsaw, it's a bayonet at the end. And unlike the... Oh, what's going on here? Oh, rolled into that. And unlike the normal Lancer with the chainsaw, the bullets do more damage per shot. And there's actually a bullet spread that is way more intense than the normal Lancer. Let's see if I can charge this guy. And there you go, that's the little bayonet charge compared to the chainsaw. Just hold down B and you just rush someone and just stab them brutally. Oh, there's another kill with the bayonet. Now, as you can imagine, people have complained that this is, and you can see someone executing a guy with his own arm by holding down the Y button when someone's down. There have been complaints, though, as I was saying, that people are complaining about how overpowered and how hard it is to counter people. Oh, jeez. How hard it is to counter people with the bayonet. Because unlike the chainsaw, whoa, this is a messed up spawn. And you never saw it coming. But as you can imagine, unlike the chainsaw, where you had to walk to your target, trying to steal my kill. The bayonet just allows you to just run up roadie run speeds and just hit them that fast. And as you can see there, bullet-wise, the retro Lancer is way more efficient at downing enemies in general compared to the normal one. But the spread, you can see the little reticle just expanding crazily. So fast. If I die, I can pull out a regular old Lancer so you can compare. Oh, I jammed my gun there. So as you can imagine, like, for the most part, most of the gameplay mechanics from the previous games, they still are around as before. There aren't really any minor tweaks when it comes to, say, the shotgun, for example, I'm holding right now, the Nasher. People do still run around. And there's people with chainsaws, Revives X, There's really nothing extremely different about the game. And okay, apparently A is not hold people hostage. That was a horrible mistake on my part. Ooh, okay. Oh, and as I was saying earlier during the lobby, this is Team Deathmatch, and as you can see in the top left, those are the lives left, and as it gets to the last few lives, as it is right now for the COG team, you can only see the last two players are an Anya player and a Marcus player. Last two alive. While meanwhile, the Locust, us, we have 4 lives left, and an issue I've been seeing the last few games I've been playing is that when it gets to this point, or there's only... Let's see if this person can stop me. Okay, so this person can stop me. I'm going in a straight line. He knows I'm coming, but... a thing I've been noticing from these last few games when it comes to Team Deathmatch is that once it gets to the last 4 lives, people are making a habit of just holding out in their spawn point and kind of making a little choke field, whatever, to try and just lure the enemy team in there and just hopefully take them out one by one. And I'm assuming that, once the game comes out, everyone knows what's up. This won't happen, but, little things, Let's see if I can get a little death going on here for myself so I can switch to a Lancer. Alright, so now when you respawn, you can change the loadout with the A button, and you can see there, D-pad, changing my primary on the right and close quarters on the left, and then change my primary to a Lancer. I'll use the sawed-off shotgun as a secondary. So Lancer pretty much behaves the same way. The reticle's different, but as you can see when I fire, it pretty much fires the same way. Little right up, but for the most part there's no recoil. Bullet damage is relatively low compared to the retro Lancer. And of course chainsaw, rev it up, walk towards someone, don't get hit on the way. Now here's the sawed-off, the new shotgun. Insanely powerful, but only has 1 shot before you need to reload. And you actually have to hit your target, and the reload time, as you can see right there on the top right, it's ridiculously long. Okay, well there's no one there on the COG team, so I can just demonstrate this. Yeah, just 1 hit. You can see it again. The reticle is ridiculously wide on this thing. I can't help but wonder how this will play out in the retail version, and if it's gonna get nerfed. Because as it stands, Gears has already been infamous with the whole shotgun running with a Nasher in the past, so I can only imagine how well this will go for this weapon. And as you can see there, barely in range, and okay, this guy survived. Enough to I can actually survive melee, but okay, this game ridiculous. Wow. Oh, a bit of an annoying feature that they added in here. As you can imagine, in the last two games, when it comes to reviving down teammates or picking up ammo, it's all with the X. Tap it, that's it. Now, they require you to hold the button. And as you can imagine, in the middle of combat, when you need ammo like I did earlier, holding that button is really, really a bit of a hassle. But I suppose it could add in as a bit of a risk or reward type thing. Ah, darn, forgot to switch the hammer burst. Be the last weapon to kind of check out. Also, if you noticed earlier, with that Anya that wasn't here, she had a flaming version of the Lancer, which you can unlock as a little perk. And so, really, I guess, well, with other games doing the whole customizable thing, Gears 2 had to follow the same thing. And, oh, okay, there's a second guy there. That I did not see. And I'm paying the price for that. But I can switch to my hammer burst now. So I can show that off. So the hammer burst, for the most part, also the same. Sort of. In terms of Gears of War 2. It's still not the burst fire weapon it used to be in Gears of War 1, but now you can aim. You can also aim down the sights by clicking the right thumbstick, which is a bit different if you want those really accurate shots. But it seems kind of disorienting in my opinion. I can only imagine you using it if you want to like actually snipe people without the threat of actually being hit. But, I mean, recoil is pretty much non-existent when you do it, but oh. So as you can kind of see also earlier, when I tried to get Dom one-piecing, or I guess it was two-piecing in that case, it is still back, and although you don't see it as well, I guess you can see that guy trying to do it. There is still that whole emphasis on the whole shotgun battling, which, for better or worse, can be either incredibly cheap and one-dimensional, or a real lifesaver, I don't know. But it still exists. It's still annoying to some extent. But hey, that's the game for you. Looks like we're wrapping down here to the final 4 lives. Shame, really, because I want to get some more. I want to get some more bayonet kills, but I don't think there will be any time for that left. And looks like, as I was stating earlier, looks like they're backing up into their spawn point. Yep. Gotta draw them out, I suppose. So smoke grenades still do a little stun. Oh, someone actually charged out. Oh, they're all charging out. They're having some trouble there, though. Alright. I'm imagining once the regional version comes out, or a little bit after that, even. Looks like the last person who's AFK is left. Anyways, I'm imagining that they'll fix people trying to back up in here and trying to funnel their kills. Someone got a bayonet kill for the last thing. And just prevent people from backing up in their spawn for the last few lives. Because it seems a bit cheap just to funnel those kills in. But yeah, that's just me. And as you saw there on the bottom right, those are the little markers that indicate, what challenges you're getting done, what you're about to unlock if you get to that point, etc., etc. For the most part, the interface is a mix of what you saw aesthetically in Gears of War 2, but you're basically kind of building stuff up in a way that's similar to, say, Call of Duty. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a whole game of Gears of War 3 from the beta, from start to finish. I'm out.